Let's keep it going.
Ironically enough, got engaged all at 27, 28, around the same time. And it felt kind of like sorority-like, very systematic.
Because they know how to move. Systematic. You know how they know how to move? They look at each other. They talk with each other. They understand that in order for them to be able to pass down anything to their children, they have to be under the leadership of the men that are their counterparts. They understand that. And you know what's funny? You're such a joke to Becky. This was funny about Keisha. If Keisha was to ask Becky, Tiffany, or Jenny, whatever, if she was to ask them, right, how do they do it? Becky would tell them. Becky would say, you know, you got a nasty attitude. You can't be there with an attitude. You got to go to the gym. You can't be argumentative. Becky would tell them. I've seen it. I've seen Becky tell them. This is the reason why. But Becky look at them as fools because they know that Becky knows that they have too much ego to ask Becky, how do they do it? They don't want to concede to Becky. They don't want to make Becky look like she's the obvious choice. So they don't ask Becky. Becky knows this. Becky sits back and look at them as fools. Wait a minute. You have issues with getting with black men? All you have to do is cooperate with them. How come you can't simply do that? Why you have issues with the men that protected you, that provided for you? Why you got issues with them? What did they do to you? I didn't see anything. What do they do to you? The black men, they come across as decent, well prepared. Decent citizens. How come you can't find them? Because you're not qualified to be around these men. That's the truth.
And again, it's that peer influence around them. If they see all their friends doing the things, and this goes for men too, they're going to go do those things as well. If they saw their parents do it, they're going to go do it as well. And I don't think black men saw it from their fathers. And they also don't necessarily see it from their peers around them. So they don't also feel kind of that social influence to do those things, especially for black men in major cities like a New York, LA, a Chicago, a Miami, maybe even Houston. Maybe in the South, it might be.
Hold on. When he's taught that, you got to, of course, they're not going to tell the truth. If any black males grew up without their fathers, it's because you didn't want them there. Your ilk didn't want him there. So he had to suffer. He had to suffer because you decided you didn't want to be under the leadership. This all boils down to them leaving the communities that black men built so they can go and live in the slums. Only generational thing they passing down is Section 8 vouchers. Project apartments.
A bit different. But yeah, there's more I can say on this, and I've been doing a lot of research. I'm actually going to write an article about it.
You don't do no research. We know, first of all, y'all don't read anything other than those thug books I did a video on. 20,000 Leagues Under the Thug. Ask the average Keisha what book she read. Ask the average Keisha what book did you read? They start searching out of thin air. Ask them if they ever read any classic books. Hey, have you ever read Catcher in the Rye? No, but I read Catcher in the Thugs. Ask them. Ask them what type of books have they read. Ask them what books did they read. Thug honeymoon. General thugs.
Yep.
They don't read nothing else. They don't do no research on nothing. Highway to thugs.